We're going to head now back over to Turkey, where the search for survivors after that massive earthquake that struck Turkey and Syria is now in its third day.
Joining us from Adana, Turkey, is CBS News foreign correspondent Chris Livesay, and we want to make our viewers aware that because the rescue and recovery phase of this operation is still underway, and Chris is so close to where that's happening, he may be asked to stop speaking and stay silent as they, if they hear anything they're trying to, anyone they're trying to find. So, Chris, just bring us up to speed on what you've witnessed just in the past hour or so and how dire things are there right now.
Oh, that's right, Errol. You know, we've literally been waiting with bated breath. So every time rescuers sense that somebody might be alive beneath the rubble, they call on everybody within earshot to be quiet. And there are hundreds of people here, maybe more, gathered around. Many of them are aiding in the rescue effort. Some are waiting to see if friends or relatives have survived. In this particular apartment building behind me, we're told about 90 people used to live there. So far, they haven't found any survivors. And this is a very crucial moment because the sun has already set on the third day following the initial earthquake. And that's a critical period because it's within that window that rescuers have the greatest chances of finding someone alive. And you can sense that people feel that hope slipping through their fingers.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that and the mood, especially as we're nearing the end of that three-day period. How will authorities shift their plans and resources in the coming days? Do you feel like rescue workers right now are moving at a frenetic pace to try and rescue anybody that still might be holding on?
Well, it's still very much an uphill battle. In fact, we haven't really noticed a huge shift in the momentum ever since the earthquake itself, perhaps because of that unofficial deadline, right, those 3 days. But it's also important to mention that that's not a rule. The United Nations, for instance, typically doesn't call off a search and rescue mission until after 7 days. And there have been instances of people surviving much, much longer than that, sometimes for more than a couple of weeks. So people's optimism isn't going to just vanish. But you can sense that the government is already making arrangements for this to become not a search and rescue operation, but a search and recovery operation. They haven't declared so officially, nor will they ever probably. But for instance, they made an announcement today that bodies that are not claimed or identified within 24 hours are going to be buried according to Islamic tradition. So there are some signals that the mentality is starting to change.
And our hearts just sink at the number of lost humanity here. 12,000 people I cannot fathom. Chris, will continue to check in with you throughout the day should there be some survivors found in that rubble behind you. Thank you very much.